Starting today, Australia has become the first country in the world to ban social media for kids 16 and under.
This is world leading. This is Australia showing enough is enough. Make no mistake, this reform will change lives for Australian kids and allowing them to just have their childhood. For Australian parents, enabling them to have greater peace of mind.
The ban impacts almost a dozen platforms, and if platforms don't comply, they can face massive fines, up to $33 million. The author of The Tech Exit and fellow at the Ethics and Public Policy Center, Claire Morell, joins us now. Hey, Claire, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What are the chances this could happen here?
Oh, I think that this law will be extremely effective. The way that Australia has written this, they're really trying to put this on the platform. So it's not on individual parents to have to constantly be policing their children's social media, or just even parents trying to fight to keep their kids off social media. I mean, that's so hard as a parent if every single one of their peers is on social media. And so this law just makes it a non-issue. It provides a solution to this collective action problem for parents to say, now just kids under 16 won't be on social media. And it's not on the parents, it's on the platforms to enforce.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, Claire, we were talking about this, my friend group, and we were saying, you have to be 21 to drink in America. You have to be 18 to vote. Maybe you have to be 16 to get on social media. It's for the children's best interest. We do so many stories, I'm sure you've seen a lot of them, of these moms that say their children were driven to suicide because they were chatting with a bot that was telling them to do this. So how can we measure and make sure? Because let's think about the drinking age, 21. There are still high school students under that age that still do it, but not as many if the law weren't there. Same with this. How can they measure it? How do they know that it's going to work?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is just that social and cultural change that, it may not be a perfect solution, but that it really sets a new norm where parents and teens themselves start to see in their peer groups, especially among these 14 and 15-year-olds, that no one is on social media anymore, that this is not part of their social dynamic. I think also looking to see increases in the amount of in-person interactions that teens are having, because that, social media has been the replacement for that real world good. And if this is effective, I would expect we would see more time of kids spending with each other in person. And then also these other metrics that you mentioned, like suicide, anxiety, depression, eating disorders among teens, I really would expect those to decrease. And I think because Australia creates this ongoing responsibility on platforms to determine and remove minor accounts with these really stiff penalties, that this will be effective. The companies will be incentivized to comply or else face legal liability.
Yeah, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised to see that some of our lawmakers are considering following Australia's lead. Listen to this. This is Dick Durbin and John Cornyn.
I think protecting children is an avenue that should be pursued. I won't rule out some sort of limitation in sales or distribution or use of those devices. And I just tell you, parents and grandparents need a helping hand. This is getting out of hand.
I think we ought to look at what Australia is doing, for example, and requiring access to these social media platforms to not be available to anybody under the age of 16.
So that's bipartisan. One's a Democrat, one's a Republican. Here's the statement from Meta, Claire. It says, while we're committed to meeting our legal obligations, we've consistently raised concerns about this law. Experts, youth groups, many parents agree that blanket bans are not the solution. There's a better way. Legislation that empowers parents to approve app downloads and verify age, that allows families, not the government, to decide which apps teens can access. We expect that statement, though, don't we, from Meta?
Yes, the reality is, okay, the companies know that there are minors on their platform. They know who these minors are. Their entire business model is targeted advertising. In 2022, just 1 year alone, social media platforms made $11 billion on advertising just to minors. They already have the capabilities from their behavioral analytics and all this data they collect. They know who the minors are, but they won't do this voluntarily because this is a threat to their profits. And so what Australia Australia is recognizing is that we need to legally compel them to do this for the sake of our children, to help our parents to protect our children. And so I'm excited to see how this law gets implemented in Australia. And I do think it's an example for other countries to follow.
Yeah, when will we be able, how long do you think it'll take to see if there's a positive impact?
You know, I think it'll probably take a few months. I mean, the process of even just kicking teens off their accounts, like this won't necessarily all happen right away. But I would expect to see within a few months these shifts starting to change, especially in the peer dynamics among these Australian teens. I would be very curious to hear from parents and teachers a few months from now, even the teens themselves, how that has changed their social environment.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the suicides with the AI, with bots. This is social media. And social media, a lot of girls will post pictures and people are shaming them. There's so many problems. So I like this 16 age. Thank you so much, Claire. Great to see you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.